Oh my lord, I just recorded this and realised I wasn't recording. What a fucking idiot. And I'm sweating. England is so boiling at this time, we can't deal. Warhammer 2, a game really quite close to my heart, to be honest with you. Warhammer 2 Total War occupies the new world area of the medieval Warhammer universe. With both single player and multiplayer, Warhammer is a classic fantasy strategy game with elements of both turn-based and real-time warfare, as Total War has been known for, you know, in every single game that they've basically ever made. Allowing you to play as good or bad elves, lizards and rats, Warhammer 2 is more narrative driven than the original, with each race fighting to save or destroy the great vortex over Uthwan. Uthwan. This is done through casting rituals to stabilise or control it, and the fastest to complete all these rituals takes on a final fight at the vortex to determine the victor. A chunky, quite graphically intense game. Steam recommends a Core 5 with 8GB of RAM, but anything better is a good idea considering I played it with these specs, and it can occasionally still run slow at times with long loading screens. I think that's the one problem I have with that, is that the long loading screens are incredibly long and laborious, and it happens between main menu to campaign and campaign to individual battles. And they won't be so bad, but they're really long, depending on how good your computer is. And that's the one problem I have with it, really. Although not the easiest game to master, Warhammer 2 adds a refreshing take on a classic. With a more specific goal in the campaign and DLC that connects Warhammer 1, Total War has made a good attempt at perfecting a fantasy strategy game. Not saying that there aren't many fantasy strategy games, but this is the most professional one that I have ever played. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have seen better ones, but this is probably my most favourite one. And it's just so different from all the other games that it's just a great selection. It has a very positive reception with great reviews across the board, and if you haven't liked Total War in the past, I would recommend having a look at this one because it does successfully distinguish itself from other Total War games in the past. For example, Rome Total War 2, in my opinion, was terrible, and I think that's where a lot of people lost out because they think Rome Total War 2 is terrible, and they think that, you know, Warhammer would be similar to that. It's similar in certain aspects, but Warhammer 1 and 2 takes a completely different angle to it. So I really recommend looking at it, checking it out, seeing if it's something you might like, and try and forget about Rome Total War 2 or the others that, you know, no one cares. Attila, whatever. Get out of my house. Yeah, okay. I think that's cool. That's my review. I'm terrible at ending these. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Okay, subscribe. Go, subscriber Rangers. Yeah, yeah, cool. Bye.